Carlson.
I just want to begin by saying that I am humbled and honored to have been asked by Mike to be his best man, and I want to again welcome all of you to this celebration tonight. Before I say a few other words, though, I'd like to personally thank both Mike and Tara and their families for the generosity that they've shown to all of us here in this room tonight, for allowing us to share in this wonderful and, from my point of view, long overdue event. One thing that those of us who know Mike have found ourselves saying over the years is that he's just about the nicest guy on the planet. And, yeah. And consequently, a lot of us, friends of Mike, have found ourselves talking time and again about what a wonderful husband Mike would make for some lucky lady who's in the market for a man who loves Broadway musicals, Jane Austen novels, and the Food Network. Well, there were many times when we started to worry as his friends that nice guys truly do finish last. But through the years, there was one person out of all of us who really didn't worry that much, and that was Mike. And since I've already used a few cliches, what's one more? They say that the early bird catches the worm. But Mike Doman has never been one for worms. And look where his patience got him. Mike and I met about a dozen years ago when we were coaching high school forensics together at Naperville Central High School. And along with our friend Jennifer Balbrecht, we had some of the most ridiculously memorable times I've ever had in my life. We laughed hard. And when Mike laughs, sometimes he gets this little snot drip that comes out of the side of his nose. It's like he's just ingested some very spicy food. And as many of you know, Mike is not on his game when he's ingested spicy food. One of our favorite stories involves the three of us sharing a hotel room at a speech tournament in order to cut down on costs. They say you don't truly know a person until you've lived with them. Well, I spent most of the night snoring. Mike spent most of the night in the bathroom. And Jennifer spent most of the night bent in the mattress of a self-folding cot, gently crying for help. We learned on that day that even the closest of friends need their own space. But over the years, Mike and I have found ourselves sharing a lot of the same space. We, of course, worked together, and we hung out together. We confided in each other our most deeply rooted frustrations and hopes. And then, in a bold move that stood to jeopardize years of brotherly camaraderie, Mike became my boss. Now, fortunately for me, I've never found Mike to be even remotely intimidating. And I'm luckier still that Mike has a magical ability to allow me to disagree and argue with him about work, and then immediately go out for dinner and to a movie or a play. And Tara, I'm sure you know this already, but you've got yourself a man who personifies loyalty and values relationships. One of our biggest shared possessions has been musical theater. So Mike will get this reference, and maybe some of you will too, when I say that before Tara came along, I worried that Mike felt like Bobby in the Stephen Sondheim musical Company. For those of you who are not familiar, the premise of Company is a single man on his 35th birthday who watches how all of his friends, who are all married, interact with one another. And his married friends are constantly trying to set him up with different girls. Sounds familiar. And still, I was thrilled as anyone when Mike returned from his first date with Tara, because this time, I knew quickly that things were different. Tara, meeting you has been one of the greatest pleasures my wife, Robin, and I have had in the past year. And I am so excited to get to know you better. You are beautiful, kind, and And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking on this project. Now, traditionally, the best man offers some advice on how to be married. And though my wife Robin and I are approaching our 15th anniversary ourselves, I feel a little uncomfortable in assuming that what works for Robin and I is going to work for anyone else. Some of the best advice I can give you, Mike, actually comes from that musical company when the main character's married guy friends advise him that when you get married, you're always sorry and you're always grateful. And Tara, let Mike make mistakes. That's what I love the best about my wife. She allows me to be who I am while gently setting limits. She allows me to make mistakes so long as none of them should cause me to get arrested. Because as Robin always tells me, Pete, I don't pay for stupid. But Tara, if you take this wonderful friend of mine just as he is, I am confident that your good days will always far outnumber your bad ones. So now if everyone would please raise a glass, I'd like to offer a toast to Mike and Tara by putting my own spin on the words of one of my favorite writers, Annie Lamott. Mike and Tara, the joining of the two of you together is a reminder to all of us how much grace there is in this world. I hope that your life together is like grace itself, which meets us where we are, but does not leave us where it found us. And may the light in each of you be not primarily your own light from within, but the light that you gather from each other and shine back. We are so blessed to know you, and may God bless your marriage. Congratulations.